So good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. Let's take a short moment to connect together. Mantra maybe some of you are familiar with, that we have up on the reception area here. Of course, it's at the opening of many Upanishads. I'll chant and maybe you'll do it yourself or mentally or just listen. Sahana vavatu Sahana bhunaktu Saha viryam karavavahai tejasvinavaditamastu ma vid Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I think it's nice to start with the meaning actually of that mantra. Though you might have read the words and so on, but it's talking about may we come together. So even though we're all in our isolated locations, different places, and I'm alone here at Samahita, we energetically, who we are through the heart, through our inner thoughts, feelings, can come together. And so may that, in this way of practice, be energetic and bountiful, positive, effective. And the last line is really important, that there be no negativity, no, shall we say, unnecessary worries, no jealousies that can build up in the head and destroy our own practice. So the real value of those words are key to set the tone for ourselves individually and for us communing together, which is definitely going on even in our isolated state. Then the last three words of Shanti, 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 peace, 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 actually refer to the Dukkhatraya, right? This way of the world across the individual level, the social level, and the environmental level. And so all these philosophies, Sankhya Yoga, the Buddhist philosophies, etc., embrace, acknowledge this Dukkhatraya, that the, I never like the word suffering, but the nature of temporariness, the issues and problems it brings up are not just limited to ourselves. You know, they appear across social levels, interaction with other beings, and then on an environmental cosmic level, which is exactly what we're experiencing right now, 100%. So we get to see this. Things out of our control, impacted through the society, down to the individual. So the idea of having some level of personal practice, and not just being reliant on the myriad of courses online, but some level of personal practice that you can take now and go on with. So the meditative approaches are many. All the yogic practices are meditative practices. So contemplation is a meditation. And contemplation uses the mental activity, but it channels it. And so basically that's what we're doing. We're taking the mental focus energy, we're going to put it into a particular topic zone. So let's begin with that now. Have your seat, be comfortable. You can check the angle of your pelvis. What I like to do is push in the lower abdomen and lift the heart, and then let the shoulders relax, the arms relax, the mouth, jaw relax. If you'd like to let the eyes close, relax deep behind the eyes. Now you feel the breath soft at the nose. And it stays soft in the throat. You become aware of it as it reaches the more interior area of the nasal cavity, above the soft palate, touching close to the base of your brain, really. Still away from it, but close. And so it's that juncture where you can place your attention. The soft feeling of the breath, right there, just past the soft palate. And this is really the true third eye area. So you come to settle there. Be there now, peacefully, softly. Feel any tension in your body, jaw, throat, shoulders, chest, upper abdomen. Feel all that release. And yet there's a grounding, a base. You feel the sit bones. Feel two triangle shapes making one nice diamond to the pubic bone, back to the coccyx. There's at least aim to see if you can find this. A subtle lift up from the pelvic floor, up the base part here. You feel that reach into your navel, see? So as you feel the lift up, reach into your navel, you feel the softness through the face, throat, heart, upper abdomen. That is equilibrium across your system. Balance, where the prana meets apana, apana meets prana. Now with that in place, you come back to the soft breath, touching the edge of just beyond the soft palate, which is more or less between the upper inner corners of the ears, between the eyes, above the soft palate. Be there. Now as you're there, if you find it difficult to be there, don't worry, just come into the heart then instead. Feel your heart. Soft. Now let's embrace gratitude. Whenever I teach this, I emphasize it's not about the expression of the words thank you. They may be used and are needed in a social context, but for you now, looking in, gratitude is something that you have on your radar as you search deeper inside. Especially at this time, what's going on? Who is in my life? What is in my life? Many things just changed. Can I embrace that, the opportunity there? Though I'm more or less isolated away from others, maybe that gives me pause to see, they actually mean something to me. Or I take things or people for granted. So go in, and it's rather that you find and feel than the need of an expression of word. Look in. This becomes real as it fills your heart. Like your heart area expands. That expression without your cognitive thought words. That expression is feeling. Thank you. Have another minute or two silently with that. Practice like this requires daily attention. Therefore, it meets the exact requirements of yogic meditative practice. Regular and repeated, continuous, over time, and you really in it, meaning it, sincere. So when you tap that, if not today, maybe tomorrow, maybe in a week, maybe in a month, but keep it up. When you tap it, the heart area really acknowledges thanks, gratitude, and you're feeling it. It's pulsating wider now. You're open. This is a good place to go on into the next part of the contemplation of forgiveness. Now my heart is open. Grateful for all of my life, not taken for granted. A little more complex, the area of forgiveness, which is why it needs attention day by day. And again, it's not about the socially exchanged words, it's about the inner search, the inner experience. So we use the tool and door of empathy. So anyone, could be somebody you know, or it's just an imagined figure person in your head now, is suffering, hurt, be it through action, words, societal injustices, whatever it is. Another being is in pain, hurt. Do you feel that? That's empathy. And you tap in and connect to what they're going through. You feel that through your heart, and your heart now open and take it in and on even more. But then we don't let that overtake us, lose ourselves. Rather, I now understand another person's hurt, another person's pain. Good. Now, have I caused pain and hurt in anybody else? Because this is what it feels like. And the answer for any of us, saint or not, on this, alive, anywhere in this planet universe, the answer is yes. Unfortunately, the language of the heart is not limited to time and space. So tap in now. Anyone I've hurt, anytime, I mean it because I'm feeling it. Please forgive me. Now, contemplation like this needs time. Even if you feel something today, it's only the beginning. Years have gone in, and in a sense, heart, spiritual detox, clearing. It might open up opportunities in a social exchange at a later point to soothe that out, but really, people coming up for us are probably from our past, decades ago. There's something to acknowledge now and resolve. Now, it's very important with that to have self-compassion. We get stuck on something, it eats away at us, which is a waste of mental energy and limits even our own behavior and how kind we could be and so on, because we're dealing with this that we cannot let go of, a guilt, that which bothers me. So, tie it into what you just did. I understand. I can feel another's hurt pain. I understand my own action. And it's not something I will do again. I will not repeat again. Therefore, nothing to be guilty or carry on further with. I see it now. I understand. It's not something I will get involved in or repeat again. I go forward each day of my life with that understanding and lighter. I don't need to carry this. Self-compassion. I use empathy to feel another's hurt. Through my own heart, ask for forgiveness. And I won't carry any of that with me because I see and understand. Now this is contemplation because the mental activity is tuned in to this subject matter. You might see other thoughts trying to invade, cause you problems, distract. You're really tapping into forgiveness and then some ridiculous random thought jumps in. That's the way the mind works. Especially when it's less trained, all that's going to happen a lot. But the stronger you connect to what we're looking at, real gratitude, real forgiveness, empathy, real self-compassion, there's no room for these other random, distracting, unhelpful, unnecessary thoughts to get in. It's like its own meditative blood-brain barrier in a way. It's highly efficient. So your primary interest in getting into this is the power in this meditation. And you grow in numerous levels. One, being so absorbed in it. Two, it is a purely healing process based on the subject matter of what you're getting into. So keep this now. Stay in. When you're interested in something, you could stay in it for hours. When you're bored, you're really caught up with yourself, your external self. You need sensory input. So get interested in this. Go in. Look in more. Now we'll tap into compassion as the tool to forgive others. Now, if somebody has done something to us, they might be a scoundrel, they probably are, and they have their own work to do on asking for forgiveness. But from our end, I can replace anger, resentment with compassion. It is not as easy as it sounds, which is why this is a process over time. So, bit by bit, day by day here. And I have to step back a bit because the emotional power of it is a bit too much. So step back, look at my own heart. How am I? I'm okay. Can I feel my own heart? What's in there? Can anybody really hurt me? You start to tap into this. Other aspects of it. Well, who am I really? This body, these feelings, thoughts, that somebody else did do some injustice to. But first let me know me. And I can see what this other action, behavior was, which doesn't warrant it, does not condone it, but my understanding is important here. In my heart, who I am, away from that, knowing that compassion is 1,000 million times stronger than anger or resentment. I do not want to continue carrying those. So help me to understand more. So whether you've been doing this for a long time or just tapping in now, take another minute or two to work with that, to offer forgiveness. When you're really in this, you can take all the time that you feel. Sometimes we have time restrictions, so at least starting and tapping in. What is of more value is that you tap in more regularly than the odd, long, deeper session of it. It's different than prayer. You're not saying a bunch of lines to some higher divine force. You're really looking in. You've got some trigger words. Compassion, look in, who am I? Can anyone hurt me? Then start to feel it. And please really understand, none of this is quick or cheap, which is why it survived for thousands and thousands of years. And now, it just needs our regular attention. And if you're without a time limit, then you kind of know when to go on to the next bit because you feel, okay, I touched something here. I know it's not complete, but hey, this process has begun. And you can add to that with the last part of this contemplation, which is a simple ask for help. Maybe I need help to tap into compassion. I need help to feel more connected through empathy. I need help to really find not just the words of gratitude, again they're cheap, to really feel it. But maybe I'm a little stressed right now, maybe there's other things I'm anxious on, maybe I'm working on stuff, maybe it's whatever's going on. Tap in and be specific, be clear. Please guide me, help me. It's not just a broad, general help. So as you tune in, you're channeling the mental activity, that's nirodha, you're channeling it. This is the contemplation, undisturbed by other thought. Taking a minute or two now with this heart opened, simple trusting, help, please. And wherever you are, tuned into this, I encourage you to, if you have no time limit right now, just sit a little bit longer, be inside with this. Don't let any negative, unhelpful thought overtake your mind. Drop it. It's not you. Just let it go. Come back to the real inner source of this. Stay soft and open. From our side here, we'll say Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace on all levels, your personal level, the social, the interactive level with other beings, and the environmental, cosmic level. Peace, peace, peace. And enjoy continuing this contemplative practice. And I look forward to joining in with you again very soon.